Hey guys, Coach Kevin here at CrossFit Prescott Valley with the weekly WOD series. Just reminding you to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share with a friend if you think they could use what you see today. Thanks. So in today's episode, we're talking toes to bar, and what we're going to do today is we're going to test mobility for toes to bar, and then also go through some efficiency progressions to help you cycle through those toes to bar a little bit quicker while keeping the fatigue at bay. So what we're testing here is we're testing some mobility for toes to bar. We're testing mobility of the hips and hamstrings. Ideally, what we want to try to do is if we can touch our nose to our knees, then we know that when we do toes to bar, doing a piking or straight leg toes to bar would be an option for us. If we have a difficult time with that, we're going to go through some progressions to help those people who might be a little tighter in the hips and hamstrings like me. So as I test, so I can get pretty close, so I might be able to get away with a piking toes to bar. We'll just have to see how that goes. But as you can see, that was difficult for me. I had to really actively pull myself down there, so I might want to consider going with the toes to bar technique, an option that will allow me to relieve the hips and hamstrings a little bit. So on this attempt, I'm going to attempt to do some toes to bar in a pike position, which means my legs are going to be straight, and basically what I want to do is hinge at the hip as I press at the bar, and I want to bring my toes to the bar together with a straight leg. As you can see, I was able to go ahead and get a couple of piking toes to the bar in. However, for me in a workout, to maintain that for multiple reps, say 21 reps every round in a workout, that would be really difficult for me. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through a couple of progressions to help maybe the efficiency of the toes to the bar, and also ways that you can save fatigue of the hip flexors and hamstrings by just adding some technique work to your toes to the bar. For a kipping toes to the bar efficiency progression, what we're going to look at is first we're just going to get into the basic kip, where we're going to initiate the swing through the shoulder, okay? Then what we're going to do is we're going to increase height of the knee. So by utilizing a good press down, I'm going to slowly and gradually raise my knees as I push the bar down. I'm first going to raise my knees to hip, then I'm going to try to raise my knees to armpit, and then I'm going to try to raise my knees to elbow. So in that progression, as I establish my kip, when I'm ready, I'm going to push down really hard on the bar. So imagining I've got like a grapefruit or an orange in my armpit that I'm trying to squeeze down. Okay? These are the levers we want to create. Now as I do that, I'm going to increase the distance that I bring my knees up each round. Once you develop that ability to get the knees to the elbows, the next part of getting the toes to the bar is just adding a little kick to the bar at the top. As you can see in the video, when I get my knees to my elbows, my toes are basically right next to the bar. So what I'm doing is utilizing a little hip flexion, okay, creating a little crunch in the core, shortening the distance my feet have to travel to the bar versus that big piking movement. Once we reach the toes to the bar, the next thing is to think about putting these together in sets. I like to start with small sets with limited repetitions, maybe 3 to 5, somewhere in there. And what we're working on now is we're working on aggressively returning the kip. And what we're going to do is keeping the knees tight within the body to the toes. Then what we're going to do is we're going to aggressively send our heels down. And as we do that, that will put us back into the kip. Also, if you do that well, you should be able to come to a dead stop as you do that. All right, so as you can see, that's kind of the idea that we're looking for as far as efficiency on the toes to the bar. The last piece we're going to leave you with is a way to practice that rhythm. Rhythm and timing of the toes to the bar can be challenging for people, so we're going to show you a variation or option that you can try to help improve the rhythm, and that's actually going to include incorporating kipping pull-ups into a toes to bar, because the kipping motion of both of those movements is relatively similar. So take a look at what that will look like. So in that example there, I just did 2 sets of 3 kipping pull-ups, 3 kipping toes to bar. And what I was working on is just establishing the rhythm of the kip. And at the very last one, I wanted to make sure I was in control enough. As I shot my heels down, I was able to stop. Okay, cool guys. So try it out. Lots of progressions. We do this a lot at CrossFit Prescott Valley when we have toes to bar days. But this is something, if you really want a toes to bar, or you have a toes to bar, and you want to develop cycling time on those, these are great things you can try. Look forward to seeing you guys.